Yes.
So if we're ready for that, let's show that clip, shall we?
Do you have
Those
it?
who own the major media, control and manipulate the news, haven't they been coming up with things like Is God Dead? Life magazine, Time magazine were both founded by Henry Luce, and who is I would say, a practicing Luciferian. He laid nude in the coffin at the Skull and Bones and was born into the Satanic Order. Who better would be chosen to say that God is dead and try to... Every Easter you see something like this. They try to
perfect timing.
Smear and smash and degrade Catholicism and Christianity. Is this by design, or is it by...
Absolutely, yeah. It's too coincidental to be just happening on its own. It's intended, it's orchestrated, and then there's a media blitz to offend everyone, like during Lent, before Easter. And it's blasphemy.
How does the theology of General Albert Pike, a practicing Luciferian, connect with Anton LaVey from the First Church of Satan in San Francisco and Aleister Crowley?
Different denominations within the occult world. Just like in Christianity now, there isn't one single church as there was centuries ago. At one time there was just a Catholic Church for 15 centuries, and then with the Protestant Revolution, then the different denominations sprang up and split off from each other. The same thing in the occult world. The Luciferians are not Satanists specifically. In other words, they're two different denominations, but from the Christian viewpoint there's no difference at all. If you're worshiping Lucifer, or you say, well, I'm not a Luciferian, I'm a Satanist, or someone says I'm a Satanist, not a Luciferian, I mean, it's a no-brainer for a Catholic or a serious Christian. But in the occult world, they make these distinctions. And then there's some who wear two hats. They'll be a Luciferian and a Satanist.
How about Bill Buckley, who says that he is a Catholic and he is a conservative, and he's now said, well, if I had to do it again, he might be a communist, or he would be a communist. How does...
Maybe he meant he would declare himself a communist.
Yeah, but how does his philosophy, or in this case maybe theosophy, which certainly has the taint of some sort of satanic order, when you lie down nude in the coffin, you're born again into the satanic
Skull and
order.
Bones, yeah.
And then you profess to be a Christian conservative and put out this publication,
it's hogwash.
National Review. Is there any individuals associated with this magazine who isn't wearing...
From what I understand about Skull and Bones, first of all, it's the second chapter of a German secret society that would fall into the category of a black lodge. And we're talking about the Illuminati here.
We're talking about the order and sect of the Illuminati.
That's right, yeah.
Luciferians.
It has its roots back to Adam Weishaupt. The ritual and I guess you could say the occult theosophy or theology or practice of initiation into Skull and Bones, from what I've read about it, from what I've been able to learn, and in reflecting on it, would be specifically satanic, especially when they have a patriarch, a Bones patriarch, and one of them was the former Supreme Court Justice Potter Stewart, who was dressed up as the devil one year during the initiation of the 15 candidates. And by the way, during the 2004 presidential campaign, John Kerry was asked about Supreme Court justices, and he, without batting an eye, said, well, his favorite was Potter Stewart.
Wasn't Kerry initiated into the Skull and Bones in 1966? And then
that's right. Bush in 1968.
Victor Ashe, Bush's roommate, in 1967, and then Bush himself in 1968.
Right.
And then that story about Victor Ashe and Bush being more than just roommates, but...
No, we got cut off there just before that piece of libel, no doubt.
You don't want to get into the rest of the story, but
I think we probably don't, actually.